Formula One Wales be there in a few months' time. And we left just with a classic season opener. Now MotoGP heads to the Algarve International Circuit. Formula One never produced good races here. MotoGP just had an amazing sprint. Will the second and final race weekend of the year for the MotoEs be any better? Never try and do two things at once when you're doing an introduction. Hello everybody, welcome to MotoE and the second race of the day. So much interesting things. Zarcone's been given a long lap penalty for irresponsible in riding in race 1 when he took out Jordi Torres as well. So we're gearing up for the start. Let's pass over to the World Feed when we get ready for the green light.
Certainly wasn't too pleased at all.
Yeah, was like a disappointed parent who said, I'm not angry, I'm just really disappointed in what you did. So Torres also on the back foot after the first race of the year through no fault of his own, and he had a really strong ride coming through from 7th. He was quietly gaining some momentum towards the end of that race before he was cruelly taken out.
Yeah, absolutely. As you say, Neil, was putting on a decent ride, so he'll be hoping that he can deliver the same kind of performance and perhaps even better, get himself more towards the front and out of the chaos of being in that middle pack. But of course, Torres, he knows how to get the job done, so we'll see how he does go this one.
So as we count down to the start of this second race from MotoE today, a little rundown of the final grid, headed by this man, Eric Granado.
Here's the grid then for MotoE and the second race of the weekend. It's Eric Granado on pole position. Nicola Spinelli alongside him on the front row. Matteo Casti takes 3rd position as well. Then a row down on the list on row 2. Hector Garza alongside Alessandro Zarcone and Oscar Gutierrez. Row 3, Jordi Torres alongside Lucas Tulovic and Kevin Zanoni, who has that penalty for the incident with Jordi Torres. Row 4, Miguel Pons, Matteo Frey and Massimo Roccoli. Row 5 sees Andrea Mantovani, Alessio Finelio and Kevin Manfred. Row 6, Chaz Davis alongside Armando Pontone and Maria Herrera. She starts down in 18th position as well. Going to be in for an interesting run here for these guys as well. 10 Italian riders, 5 Spanish, 1 German, 1 Brit, 1 Brazilian. And Brazilian being Eric Granado. He crashed out this morning in the session and he's wearing a special Senna-style helmet. Eric Granado will have another attempt to win this race. A reminder that we do not have any formation laps for MotoE. As soon as everyone's gone, we will go into a green flag procedure, but the rain is starting to come in above the circuit here. So it's creating a little bit of interesting situations out there on the circuit. Weather conditions at the moment are 21 degrees air temperature. Track temperature is 30 degrees, a 57% humidity, now 3 km/h wind speed as well. So there is still a little bit of umming and ahhing as what could happen. In terms of the World Championship, Nicola Spinelli won this morning. He leads on 25 points. Hector Garza has 20. Matteo Casti 16. Tulovic on 13. Zanoni is on 11. Well, with Roccoli on 10. Mantovani 9. Manfred is on 8. Davies on 7. Pontonnet on 6. Maria Herrera has 5. Ferrari 4. Finelli 3. Granado, Zarcone, Gutierrez, Torres and Pons crashed out this morning. They have Le Poix in the order. Everyone leaves the grid. The riders get ready. There was a few spots of rain before the session started. There's a chance we could see a red flag if we can't get the full distance. Think back to last year at Mugello when we had a race stoppage. Green flag at the back. MotoE race 2 is under starters orders. Pull the throttle back, we're racing. Good start for the 21, and Jordi Torres going to light it through to come to the inside line. Nicholas Spinelli's going to go through on the inside. Kevin Dononi's coming through as well, but he's dropped back into turn 1. No major accidents. It's going to be Spinelli who leads again from second to first. So we ride into turns 3 and 4, up through Luco, and it's a slow exit, but it's Spinelli from Garzo. Then it's Granado coming into a position as well as they come through. Nicholas Spinelli currently going for a 2 for 2 at the moment. And then it's Cassidy, Torres, Zanoni, Tublic, Zanini down in 8th position as well. Gutierrez, 9th, Mantovani up into 10th position as well. Good start from him as they blast through turn 6 and 7 into Samson at turn number 8. And Spinelli's already standing up on the bike a little bit too much. He didn't want to lose too much there. Pontanet down into 17th. Maria Herenes down to 18th position on her runaround as well. And Davis is up into 16th. Pontanet down to 17th. They have changed positions. Garzo's trying to go from him on the inside line, coming through Portimao. Spinelli holds an inside line. And there's a few errors in the chop of the... I can see as well the sort of haze distancing over the circuit as well. There's no rain scheduled, but it can just fall any moment here at Portimao. It hangs in the air in the mountain sections, and a lot of fog weirdly starting to come in. It's the dust. You heard Maddie Patterson talk about it. If you was with us in the session, as there's coming with a long lap penalty, if you're with us in the gap between Q1 and Q2, there's a load of dust being blown in here to Portimao. And it's creating the fog-like substance, and it's making riding conditions a little bit hard to come by. That's why we had a red flag in Moto3 practice session. Cassidy to the inside, battling with Granado, and Granada's going to take second position. Cassidy Torres up to 4th position. Into the lead goes Hector Garzo into turn 1. Spinelli has dropped down to 18th place. Is Spinelli? What's happened to Spinelli? Where is he? He's up to 2nd. Yeah, Spinelli's 2nd. The timing screen's glitched. Hang on a minute, has it glitched? Cassidy, yes, it has. Spinelli is P2. Timing screen had glitched. I thought it had. So it's Garzo, Spinelli, Cassidy, Granado, Torres, Zarconi, Tumelik. Then it's Gutierrez ahead of Zanini into the braking zone. That's because he's going to serve that penalty, isn't he? But Hector Garzo leads the race here in MotoE, lap 2 of 7. It's only a 32.144 kilometre lap. It's really not that long at all to hold it together into the braking zone. Over the top of the hill at turn 9 into Craig Jones. Drop down dramatically. And Garzo has that slipstream power. Can he find a way through? On board with Cassidy. Looking to the inside line. And there goes Spinelli thinking about it as well. These tyres look absolutely insane, by the way. There's an A with a long lap penalty being confirmed. On the inside, Granado thinking about a move on Mattea. Cassidy not going to go for a little lunge there on the inside line. Spinelli has been given a double long lap penalty. So Zanelli has been given a double long lap penalty. The championship leader and race 1 winner this morning has been given a long lap penalty. I don't believe it. So that's his race done. He will score no points in this one. Spinelli's going to have an attempt to take the lead of the race, but he's got that penalty. He'll be getting told that now. Garzo won't defend at all into turn 1 because there's no need. Spinelli's race is done. 5 to go. He's got to serve 2 penalty laps. And that's going to drop him right to the back of the field. I don't understand what he's done wrong. Double long lap penalty come up on the board. I think he's jumped the start. Spinelli's jumped the start, I think. So we think Spinelli's jumped the start. We'll keep an eye on it as we go forward into turn 5 at Torrey Vip. A little bit of debris there. No sign of long laps to the exit. Let's go down to the pits.
Massive drama, particularly here, because the long lap penalty, well, it's the longest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's an absolute mammoth one here at the Portimao circuit. So Spinelli, the race leader and race winner from earlier in the...
Right, here's Spinelli at the start. He's P2. Oh, he's forward in his grid box. He's too far forward in his grid box, so it's an incorrect grid position for Nicholas Spinelli, and he's been given a double long lap penalty for it. He was too far forward. Oh, it's not going to matter. Ouch, ouch, ouch goes Spinelli. He's not going to need that penalty lap anymore. He's off for turn 10. Nicholas Spinelli crashes out of the MotoE Race 2. I don't believe it. Sector 3, yellow flag. He turns in, the front's going to buckle on him exactly like Marc Marquez this morning, and exactly the same as what happened to Eric Granado this morning in the MotoE Race 1. And now Hector Garzo leads. The championship leader will score no points, and it's going to change again. He'll only have 25 on the board. Granado's going to have a lot more, but here comes Cassidy, and here comes Granado. 3 wide, down the start, finish straight towards turn number 1. They really want to push for this, and into the lead of the race goes Matteo Cassidy. Eric Granado in second position. Now it's Hector Garzo, and Granado's down a position, so Garzo and Granado changing places. Manfred's up to 13th, Finelio's down the order as well. Yellow flag, sector 3, still for that accident. Take a breath. Josh T's watching us, I'll just say yes, redirect from MotoE to the IndyCar. Oscar Gutierrez, a 1:46.313. He's got the fastest lap of the race so far, as they'll continue to turn about. Cassidy fast sector 1, so's Matteo Ferrari. They'll have the battling together. Yellow flag still out in sector 3 there. We're halfway, lap 4 with 4 to go. Just playing it together, playing it safe. Cassidy, Garzo, Granado, they're going to change it over together. Down the hill, and Garzo's changing the race, drifting it wide like mad. Up the inside, and there's a change. Jordi Torres around the outside, and he's taken, so Gutierrez moving up in position 2 as well. So Gutierrez getting ahead of Zarcone, and there's the long lap penalty for the 51. Sorry, for the 61, that's Zarcone, he's taking that penalty. So it's a long loop, it's down at turn 14 at Sargas as well. That's where the long lap penalty is. As they come up the hill side by side, Cassidy and Granado, they cross the line with a gap of 49 thousandths of a second. That's 500ths into the braking zone. Garzo has the lead of the race. Cassidy's in second. Granado's closing in on him as well. Can they find anything? As Jordi Torres sticks to the inside of Eric Granado into Lagos. Not going to work there. He's backed out of it. Up the hill to turn 4 we go. Well, this race is being absolutely delicious, as we knew it would be. A lot of locking at the rear as they head down into the braking zone now. Into turn 5 at Torrey Vip. And a little bit of contact towards the back. I thought Cassidy might have a little attack there. Hasn't done so. 3 laps to go. It's a short, sweet race, this. It's not that bad at all. What's happened to Zarcone dropping back on the timing sheets. And he's dropped back massively down to 12th position in that second sector. On board now. And off board as we look at Garzo, Cassidy, Granado. They're still battling together. It's a crescendo race, this one. And there goes Granado on the inside of Cassidy in turn 10. The 2 teammates didn't know they were there on the LCRE team. And there goes Granado up into second position. Cassidy losing out on that one as well. Hector Garzo is going to be getting very, very worried. He knows one mistake and he'll fall right down through the field. One twitch. Granado wants to get the race win that he lost earlier on in the day in race 1. 2 7-lap races, 14 laps in total. Very similar to what we have in the Moto3 race, and there goes Gutierrez, here comes Cassidy, passing Granado, the 2 of them, side by side across the straight, and Gutierrez is going to swing round the outside and take second position. I saw he was there, how did they not? Gutierrez will take second position into the braking zone, and that's going to help out Garzo massively, and here comes Jordi Torres coming in as well, another champion of the series, getting involved. Fabulous action as we come back into turn 3. This is the penultimate lap. Torres goes deep. Torres goes deep. Tulovic is going to come through. Tulovic goes up into 5th position. Torres making a few key mistakes. Down into turn 5. Anyone going to go through? Oh, it's Torres losing out to Tulovic again. He's going to go through. And Canzanazzi is here too. Wow. Torres back up into 5th position, Tulovic down into 6th. Here's a replay into turn 1 of Granado. Losing 4 places. And it was a great move from Jordi Torres. But, Eric Granado just didn't want to lose out on it. But he's not going to win this race again. Hector Garza might have that slipstream. And Gutierrez, this is his second race, Gutierrez, in MotoE. His second race. His debut was this morning in race 1, and in race 2, he's running second, and he's already going to try and get a race win and championship points, big points on the board as well. This is getting insane now. They don't know what's happening next. It's going to be one more bonanza lap around this 2.38 mile circuit. At the moment, Garza's going to lead by 13 points to Cassidy in the championship. Gutierrez is going to put himself up into 5th place. Across the line we go. 1 lap is remaining, and Oscar Gutierrez to the inside line, down the pit straight towards turn 1. Has he got the lead away from Garza? And coming out of nowhere comes Cassidy. Cassidy's going to run in late to turn 1. Cassidy takes the lead. Garzo losing out. He forces out Gutierrez. Gutierrez down to 3rd. Garzo back to 2nd. Cassidy leads the race. Torres coming back through on the inside line. He puts the power down, passes Eric Granado into turn 5. For the last time, Torres trying to go on the outside. Granado breaks late. Garzo having a little bit of a slipstream problem. Cassidy's right there. He'll take the lead of the championship by 1 point as Torres elbows the side of Eric Granado, and Tudovic getting involved as well. Over the hill at Craig Jones. I'm going to need some ice cream before I sleep. Throat is burning like crazy, but it is a good race. It's what we love about this championship. Gutierrez wants the win, but Garza's P2 and Cassidy's P1. Who's going to have that little lunge to go to the line, the little attack, the little niggle? 3 corners left, the last sector. It's literally Sarges and the last corner at 14. Who's going to have the run? Into the last corner. Cassidy has the line. Garzo and Gutierrez are right there. Granada's an outside shot. Torres has a drop back. Gutierrez gets on the slipstream power. Garzo's going to be right there to the line. He's got it. Cassidy's still ahead as they approach the line. Who's going to be victorious in race 2 to the line? Mattia Cassidy wins race 2 by 66 thousandths of a second. Another grandstand finish in MotoE. That is fantastic. MotoE is just pure brilliance, pure excellence. Cassidy, Garzo, Gutierrez, Granado, Torres, the top 5. Tudovic, Zanini, Ferrari, Mantovani, Raquelli in 10th. Pons, Zarcone again, Filoli, Manfred, Davis, Pontone, Herrera, and out of the race the only one, Nicholas Spinelli, who crashed out of the race. Mattia Cassidy, and it's a 1-point difference in the championship. Mattia Cassidy 41, Hector Garzo on 40. It's a 1-point lead in the championship going into the next race of the MotoE Championship when we head back to Europe for the Spanish Grand Prix. Oh, and Hector Garzo stopping at the side of the track here where the practice starts are. I think his bike's dead. He's doing a little dance. Hector Garzo just enjoying what he's got here at the moment. Then gets back on the bike. That's a bizarre one. And he'll get the bike going again. Oh, it's on wet grass. Be careful. What a action-filled zone that was. Let's pass it over to the world feed.
Places on the debut race day in MotoE for 24.
Absolutely. He came away from the final round of 2023 with the 2-2, and he does the same here today. So fantastic stuff from Garzo, and I will make that him going into second in the championship at this early stage. Cassidy, his 25 points will take him to the top after his 3rd place in race 1. A double podium for him as well. And what about Oscar Gutierrez? Sensational performance from the Spanish rider, coming through from a decent grid position, 6th place. Didn't have the best start, the best first lap, but what progress he made. And at one point it looked as though he was the man, or the rider most likely, to take the ultimate spoils.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought, as you say, for a second there, I thought he was going to go on and win the thing. Of course, Oscar Gutierrez is perhaps a name that not too many of you are familiar with. He certainly was a really promising youngster coming up through the Red Bull rookies and such like, all the main channels showing a lot of promise, but perhaps didn't have the career then following that many expected. But he's done some recent things in the last couple of years that have definitely been impressive in ESBK and also here in MotoE and also World Superbike when he filled in on a Pachetti Kawasaki for a handful of rounds. So certainly has some talent, and now it's good to see that on the MotoGP paddock stage here for the MotoE World Championship, he's proven that he's got what it takes.
Yeah, he most certainly is. Well, we had 8 winners, 10 different podium finishers in last year's championship, and from what we've seen today, Jack, I think we can safely assume that we're on for another season of ridiculous variety. A whole host of names up there at the front towards the end. 1.6 seconds covering the top 8. Matteo Ferrari did eventually get into gear and make up some positions as that race wore on. Shout out as well to Lukas Tulovic in his first race back in this championship in, what, 2 years as a full-time rider? At one point was the fastest rider on track as he closed back up towards the lead group.
Yeah, absolutely. Tulovic, I don't think you could ask for more than what Tulovic has displayed there. Obviously a really close race at the front, and incredible lap times. We're late in the day here in Portimao, and the track conditions, okay, they're certainly not scorching hot, but the surface temperature is hotter than what it was earlier in the day, and we know that here in Portimao, once it gets a little bit hotter in terms of track temp, the lap times slow off a bit, and they were still doing very low 47s throughout that race, and pretty close to qualifying lap time. So really good job from Tulovic to just be 1.2 seconds off the win right at the end there.
Yeah, and that person that was embracing Oscar Gutierrez there was none other than 2021 MotoGP World Champion Fabio Quartararo. The Frenchman and the Spaniard, good pals. We saw Fabio give Oscar a little bit of advice before qualifying yesterday on Friday. And, good to see the Frenchman down, offering up some congratulations there after his first MotoE podium.
I think there's also Diogo Moreira down there, as I see in the middle. I can't quite see there, but anyway, Hector Garzo getting some congratulations there for another second place. And you've got to say, Hector Garzo, if you can keep this form going, a real championship contender. We said about him in the first race that he was a championship contender, but definitely showing that those podiums at the end of the year were no flash in the pan. He's come back with the same aggression, same speed, and getting those results straight away in 24 as well.
Absolutely. Well, Mattia Casadei, he was the #1 last year. He was the fastest rider on the final day of the pre-season test at this track, and he was also the fastest rider in the race simulation that we had. And he is #1, but this man, Oscar Gutierrez, is #3, and he's down in Parc Fermé with Fran.
So, you impressed us last year when you were a replacement rider. We talked about you a lot. Now you're here full-time, first race weekend, and you've already got your first podium. Are you very happy with that?
Yeah, I'm really happy, no? Since the test, I was feeling super good with the bike. I was enjoying. It was my first time also here in Portimao, so yeah, I was learning from the top guys because I don't have too much experience. But yeah, today was a shame the first race because you know, I went wide on the first corner, so then I had to recover, and I was pushing too much, and I lose the front. But I knew I had the pace to be with them, and yeah, today bad luck. But then in the end, we make a podium, so I'm really happy. Thanks to my team because they repaired the bike for the race too, and yeah, we keep working for Le Mans.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Really good stuff then from Oscar Gutierrez, and riding the bike that I think is the best livery out there, Neil. I'm not too sure what your views are on what takes the Livery of the Year award, but yeah, you can see that double bubble slipstream. I don't even know if it was a slipstream. It wasn't. He just kind of got a hell of a drive out of the last corner, came across and down into second place in turn 1, and that was enough to secure him his first MotoE podium. That is definitely the best livery this year.
Yeah, you have to say fair play as well to the MSI team, which obviously are new to this MotoE World Championship. A man that isn't new to this championship, though, is Hector Garzo. He's come away from round one with a pair of second places, and he's in Parc Fermé with Fran.
Well, Hector, you just said then you're already tired of second place. But no, there have been 2 spectacular races to open the season. Another podium, you're 1 point off the top as well. Tell us your thoughts about that one.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm feeling good because I was leading the whole race or most of it. My rhythm was not so bad. I was targeting on the braking points, on also on the tires to try to don't waste it bad in a bad condition. No, I didn't want to waste a lot the tire because at the end I know that sometimes you need it for some overtakes. But for sure I'm happy. As you said, I'm tired of seconds. I want to win already, but well, I'm happy with the work, happy with the beginning of the championship, happy with my team, happy to be back, and well, that's all I can say. I can go home happy. Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Certainly can go home happy. Hector Garzo, after a pair of very impressive performances indeed, not quite able to get that victory today, but he has shown that he's going to be a force to be reckoned with in the MotoE World Championship this year. He will be slightly frustrated to have led the majority of that race and just to have been pipped right at the end by this man, Mattia Casadei, showing why he is the world #1. He's now first in the championship after his latest MotoE victory, and he's with Fran.
So Mattia's just saying you are now first in the championship and you've got your first win for the season as well, coming in as reigning champion, a podium in the first one. It's almost a perfect weekend's work.
Yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very happy. First weekend with the new team, we did an amazing job. Thanks to all the guys of the team because it's fantastic. I feel very good, and this is the result. We missed something this morning, but we work a lot after the first race for do this, and we do, and it's amazing, unbelievable.
Congrats.
Thank you.
What a fantastic race we've had here in MotoE. And as I said, the championship now just a gap between 1 point in the standings as well. Well, my thanks to you for watching MotoE with us here. And tomorrow we'll have the MotoGP warm-up, the Moto3 and the Moto2 race, then the MotoGP Grand Prix. But during the night, coming up in about a couple of hours' time, we've got the feature race for Formula 3, then Formula 2, then the Grand Prix for Formula 1. Then we've got the MotoGP stuff. After that, we've got IndyCar with their Thermal Club Challenge, and then NASCAR to round out the day. Basically, we think we're going to be on here for around about 26 hours with separate streams. It's going to be a really weird day. Thanks for your company, though. We'll see you tomorrow for more action. And MotoE returns at Jerez in the Spanish Grand Prix in a few weeks' time. Bye-bye.